but it's basic right triangle trigonometry on this first lesson.
I love right.
So, but it's a little harder than that worksheet because they didn't draw it for us. So we're gonna have to draw our own here. So it says angle A is 90, and what else? B is 25. And okay, if it says little a equals 18, do you guys know where that goes?
It's the opposite side from angle
Yeah,
A.
angle A is across from side A. So if they say little a is 18, that basically is the hypotenuse.
Wait, are you like drawing out number one?
Yeah, I'm drawing number one.
Yeah.
What is this?
We're supposed to find B
Oh, that's one.
and C. Alright, do you guys remember doing this?
No. Yes.
Yeah. So basically, we can use the law of sines.
Okay, no, we're not doing law of signs.
Why not?
That's later, and we don't need it also. We
We
haven't
can
really.
do
Oh, this is like
SOHCAHTOA, this is the SOHCAHTOA.
cosine of
Solving
90.
right triangle. Okay, so you start with an angle. Remember, like sine is like equal, sine of the angle equals opposite over hypotenuse, right?
Oh, and you do opposite and adjacent for B.
Okay. Relative to this angle, B is the what?
Opposite.
Opposite. We also need a side that we already know. 18 is the
Hypotenuse.
hypotenuse. So which trig function uses opposite and hypotenuse?
So.
Sine. So it's sine of 25 degrees equals opposite over hypotenuse. This is not new. We did this earlier in the year, and also you did it in geometry.
I kind of remember this.
Yeah, I don't remember
now-
anything in geometry.
B.
Do you remember this though?
I
I
think
might have a dumb question.
Okay.
Where is it
So,
already?
I'm looking at like number one,
Yeah.
and it says like A.
Rachel, you know this one.
Yep. So we said angle A
Wait,
is across from side A.
You gotta tag your one in.
It's not outside.
Yeah, that's
No. Alright, how do I solve this for B?
Divide 8.
Multiply
Multiply
18.
18.
So
Yeah, solve for B when you multiply by 18. So whatever sine of 25 is times 18. And the directions say round lengths to the 3 significant digits. So whatever your third digit is, that's where you round it off.
7.607.
No,
No, that's what 8.
Okay, we're also in 25 degrees, so we're in degrees. So you might want to check your calculator.
Yep. It equals.
This is 18, so I'm expecting B to be something like 15. This is 18, so this should be like 15 or something.
But that's not.
so.
It's
Yes.
7.0.
You only got
It's
7.
11.6.
Oh yeah, this is a small angle, you're right, so it would be smaller.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
7,
Yeah, like
7 point what?
607.
So 7.61.
Yeah, rounding.
I
Got it.
thought,
3 significant digits.
We're going to 3 digits, 3 places.
Kids these days.
You gotta get C now.
Okay. Somebody want to help me find C?
Pythagorean theorem, let's go.
No.
Why?
Wait, why did I get
Right. Cosine of 25
No.
equals adjacent over hypotenuse. So cosine of 25 equals C over 18.
Did you say you got 1?
And it's 16.314.
Oh, we're doing ka.
16 point what?
It's not an angle and it says to do the 3 digits, right?
It says 3 significant digits, not 3 decimal places.
Oh.
Right.
Right.
Okay, 16 point what?
3.
3.
Shame on you. Okay, wait. So I didn't
Why does it
cos.
ask for 3
Wait, you
seconds?
just plug in cosine of 25 times 18, right?
Yeah.
I got a 0.
What the heck are
What?
you in radio?
It's because you're putting it all in the calculator at once. You're supposed to do the answer
Drew,
of cosine
you got it.
of 5.
Because it's cosine of 25,
With
in
the close
parentheses
did you
times
close
18, because what you're doing is
Oh.
the 25 times 18 and then doing the cosine of it.
Still, it's weird that it came out of 0.
Yeah, no. That's pretty nit.
That was it, right? Just need B and C.
The other one came out to 1.
Do you want them?
Okay.
Yeah, it's
And C is the other one? The 16
Thank you.
Does anyone want gum?
Yes. Yes.
Can I have your phone number?
It's really good.
You want
Oh.
gum, Bethany?
That was
You want gum, Bethany?
That thing arced.
Oh, that's all. Yeah. Here.
That one's
Bethany, this is the same gum that my grandma gets.
That's cool.
Can you be my new grandma?
Sure.
Grandma? Sorry. Grandma? Sorry. Grandma?
He is known.
Bethany.
My God.
I'm putting the shot on me.
Okay. So this is number 3. We're supposed to find D and F. So, how about,
I got you.
okay, ready?
Okay, so we're supposed to find D.
Sure.
Okay. So you do opposite and adjacent. No. Hypotenuse and adjacent. My bad.
Okay, which function is that?
Wait. Cup.
Okay, so what do I put?
Cosine?
Wait, what is the 9?
Oh, cosine 9. No, cosine equals 9 over D. No, D over 9. Wait, hold on.
Oh my gosh.
9 over hypotenuse. 9 over D.
Cosine
Okay,
of what, Brady?
Yeah, okay, we're actually a little bit off here. So, I
Couldn't you use 90 though?
So, cosine is adjacent, and this is the angle they gave us, and adjacent would be this one.
Oh.
Right? So, were you looking at this angle down here?
I was looking at the D. Oh, I was looking at the 90.
Couldn't you
Okay.
use cosine 90?
No. You use cosine of this angle, which you can figure it out, but relative to this angle, this is opposite and hypotenuse, so we actually need to do sine. Sine of the angle, so a trig function, you put in an angle and it spits out the ratio. Sine of 12 is equal to the ratio of the opposite over the hypotenuse.
Don't you divide sine 12 by 9?
Okay, yeah, if your variable is on the bottom, you can kind of multiply by d, which would put it up here, and then divide by sine of 12. So these two kind of can switch places, the d and the sine of 12.
Wait, so what angle are we finding here?
We're not finding an angle, we're finding the side d.
Oh, I was looking at big D.
What?
Big D is the angle at 90 degrees.
Wait, 9 about wait, what did you do?
This is not okay.
Can I explain the joke?
No, I would not care for that.
Love that.
That doesn't make sense though.
So,
What are we finding?
Oh,
D?
Finding the angle.
Yeah, we're fine. This is,
Are we trying to find little D?
okay,
yeah.
D 9 over
What did we just find?
D,
Oh, we found the
D
side.
equals.
Brady, you're flying.
Well,
I
also,
didn't know,
the
Rachel.
triangle.
That was really the only
Thinking about like every time I say it now.
43.3. It's like this.
I got 1 point.
43.3 is correct.
What the crap?
I
I'm
got
not. I meant degrees.
43.287691.
Shush.
Okay,
It's supposed to be multiplied.
No, it's not. It's supposed to be divided.
Would you please shut up while I figure this out?
Hey, violence is not the answer.
Does it look like I'm lying?
You're literally pointing that at me and put me there.
Don't we have to also find
This
the
is
angle?
not right.
Of angle up.
That is threatening. Every second. Why would you
Yeah.
We didn't do that on the first one, did we?
Why are you so red?
We found the side of
So what?
It gave us.
Red?
Here,
You only have to
Because
find
I
one
slammed myself
for
in the face to wake myself
Yeah.
up.
that.
It's a
So I
very
guess
good thing to do when you're
I
trying
got a few questions.
Please don't send me back home. I'm so, I'm not like Brady. I'm not used to this
And
lifestyle of
the
just
only
making
condition
up.
is more cowbell.
That's not
Alright.
me, but official.
Oh, wait, no, it's an option.
I'm referencing something.
What do you
Okay.
got?
Old Saturday Night Live skit.
My dad
How
has
old
shown.
are you?
You seem like the type of person to watch.
My dad has
You
shown
guys-
me that
You
before.
guys should
It's not in
Google
the state university.
more cowbell.
It plays
No.
for
Oh, I
The only Saturday Night
With,
Live
uh,
skit worth
yeah.
watching is Seth MacFarlane.
You haven't even seen it, so how do you know?
No, the
I
only
guess
one.
his opinions are like way up here in
All right, somebody else help me set up F. Somebody got an F yet. All right, Jackson.
Literally not.
So in order to do that, we have to find an angle for that.
No. So
Oh, never mind. I was looking at angle F, not angle. Okay, so you need one that uses the adjacent and the opposite. So that would be tangent.
right,
So you-
relative to this angle, we are looking for the adjacent. We have the opposite. So that is tangent. Tangent what?
12 equals 9 over F.
Right. Opposite over adjacent. Tangent equals opposite over adjacent. Okay, and then if F is on the bottom, these two kind of switch places basically. So F equals 9 divided by tangent of 12.
And tangent of 12 is,
Well, I would just plug it all in at once. 9 divided by tangent of 12.
and 9 divided by
42.
Wait, what's the difference? Oh, the mine. I get it.
42.3.
Yeah, it is 42.3.
Why they make them so
It's a joke.
Then why not?
You lack any intelligence required for intellect.
We're literally
I'm supposed
stupid.
to be.
Okay, I understand it now.
Do you, Brady?
Yeah, I do. I could do the next one easy.
Well, the hypotenuse is still the biggest, but it's just not a lot bigger
Did
in
you
this
look at the
case.
next one?
Because one of the
No.
angles is tiny.
That's your problem.
Okay, number 5. Okay,
Yes, never mind.
so on 5 it says use the diagram at the right to find each. So sine of A, you guys see angle A in the picture? A is what over what? Oh, actually, before we do that I just realized they didn't tell us what the C length
Can we use the
is.
Pythagorean theorem?
Pythagorean theorem.
This is 13.
Please. Mine says
Therefore
13.
13.
Mine says
Yeah,
13
it's
too.
to find C we can do 5 squared plus 12 squared equals C squared, right?
I agree.
Actually,
Probably should have changed the page. Okay, anyway, so we know the hypotenuse is 13. Okay, what is sine a ratio of for A?
For A,
Sine gives you what ratio?
sine is opposite,
Opposite over hypotenuse.
5 over
no
13.
hypotenuse.
So, SOH, opposite over hypotenuse. So what's the opposite of angle A? 5, what's the hypotenuse?
13.
So just put 5 over 13 for that one.
For A.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
the whole thing?
Yeah. They're not asking us to solve the angle. If we were to solve for angle A though, what would it be?
90 minus.
Would you do sine inverse?
Yes.
Good job, bro.
You would do sine inverse of that. Okay.
Alright,
B is what? What's the ratio for cosine?
adjacent over hypotenuse.
Adjacent over hypotenuse. What's the adjacent for B?
5.
What's the hypotenuse?
Well,
13. So it's 5 over 13.
Again?
Yes. We just did B. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. What's the adjacent for B? For angle B? 5. What's the hypotenuse? 13. So B is also 5 over 13. The difference is on A, they asked for a sine of angle A, And on B, they asked for cosine of angle B. Okay, Rachel, why don't you try C? Do you remember what the ratio for tangent is?
Opposite over adjacent.
Opposite over adjacent. What is the opposite of angle A?
5.
What is the adjacent for angle A?
12.
So,
Oh my god, I remember.
so it's 5/12.
Do you have a gem or pencil right here?
It's not, it wasn't even.
Okay,
Cotangent.
cotangent of B. Now, if they had said cotangent of A, we would have had a really easy answer. You guys know why?
Because it's just the opposite.
Because
of
C says tangent of A. So if D was cotangent of A, we could have just flipped it. But they said cotangent of B because they didn't want it to be that easy. So,
So, okay.
Tangent?
is, wait, opposite over adjacent, so it's adjacent over opposite.
right. So cotangent is adjacent over the opposite. So what is the adjacent to angle B? 5. What's the opposite?
12.
So 5/12.
So that's the same as C?
No, so it wouldn't have 12 bits.
Yeah,
For the
that's what I
faucet?
thought.
Cotangent is adjacent over opposite. What's the adjacent to angle B?
5,
What's the opposite?
12.
So it's 5/12.
Huh. So look at that.
They're trying to show us that sine of one of the angles is the same as cosine of the other angle, and tangent of one angle is the same as cotangent of the other angle. Anyways, secant, what's that the reciprocal for?
Cosine.
Cosine. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse.
So this time it's hypotenuse over adjacent.
So hypotenuse over adjacent. So
13 over 7.
Nice.
13.
there's no 7.
Wait, what?
13 over 12.
The hypotenuse is 13. The adjacent to angle A is 12. Yes. 13 over 12. Cosecant is the reciprocal for sine. So instead of opposite over hypotenuse,
It's hypotenuse over opposite, which is 13 over 12.
so yeah, 13 over 12 again.
Triangles have that.
Good job, Olivia.
You went out and didn't even apply yourself?
Wow.
You
I
did
got
it.
past you.
Okay,
Look.
number 7 says find the measures of the acute angles of a 3, 4, 5 right triangle. Do you guys remember that 3, 4, 5 makes a right
As
triangle?
opposed to the
Do you remember that 3, 4, 5 makes a right triangle?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
now.
I do not. Yeah, I do now.
3 squared plus 4 squared equals 5 squared. It's just the one they use. It's the one they use the most often because it's the smallest numbers that work nicely. Anyway, we're supposed to find these two angles. How could I find like this angle right here?
magic.
Okay, well there's lots of options.
Sorcery.
If I use like these two sides relative to this angle, what are these two sides?
Adjacent and opposite.
Tangent, opposite and over adjacent, right? So tangent, if I call this, I'll just call it x so I can call it something. Tangent of x should equal the opposite over adjacent.
4 over.
Did I have to use tangent? No, I could have used any of the functions. I could have used sine, I could have used cosine,
Why'd you use tangent?
I was just made
Because
something
we
up.
like tangent.
Okay, how do I find the angle?
Is it why do you do
Inverse.
this?
Tangent inverse of, that's supposed to say 4/3. Screwed up. Okay, and then you don't have to. Sorry. I stopped myself.
I knew exactly what you were about to say, though, so it doesn't make a difference.
No, you don't know. I was about to compliment
No, you
you.
weren't.
No, I was like, no, I better not do that.
2 birds. Does that say 14 or 4? I can't wait to tell
That's a
the
4.
parents. My
Go
parents.
to tab.
over.
Go over
Mom,
the tab.
Dad.
You can show them the video. And they'll be like, why are you such a nut job in class?
I'm literally never talking at all.
Whatever.
Because I don't know the
This like
material.
sounds really loud right now. Okay, it says, does it say to round it? It says rounded 1/10 of a degree. Did you guys get it already?
Yeah.
I forgot to put it in.
I got 53.1.
You guys agree? Okay, there's a bunch of ways we can find the y angle.
It's 53.1.
Okay.
Good job, Zach.
Add
Way
90 and
smart.
subtract 180.
Okay, we could do the same thing with y, tangent inverse of like 3/4. Or-
Here. No, that's
No,
useless.
that's for Pythagorean theorem.
Just take everything out of 180.
Okay, 180 minus 90 is 90. 90 minus this would give us that, right? That's probably the easiest way. 90 minus that.
I
It'd
got
be 30, 36.8, 9.
Oh, I did the hard way. I did.
That's fine.
great.
It doesn't
Wait,
matter.
what did I do with that for?
Didn't get the hard way.
You're getting the stink
We
eye,
actually
Josh.
saved
Wait,
all
what
of
are
our
we
brain
doing?
stamina. Somehow we
What are we
actually
doing that
can do more work.
Oh, we're supposed to find
We're saving
both.
our brain energy.
Yeah.
So if this one, if we know this one, we can just do 180 minus these two to get that.
If you would apply yourself as much as you
Or you could have, we could have done
Yeah.
this with,
Ah.
you could have done like tangent inverse of like 3/4 to get y. Just like we did for x.
I knew it was on you.
Okay.
Are you actually following along?
I think Rachel.
Alright, I was gonna do 9 and 10, maybe we should still.
Wait, I don't really understand.
You said 13 and 14 on the board. So actually the board
Just do
doesn't apply.
13.
We're not gonna finish.
But we need to review that.
Board
Okay,
on
let's
one.
make a deal then. We'll do 9 and 10, but we won't do 13 or 14.
No, we gotta do, we need that
Okay, what if
too.
we just do 9?
Okay. It's a
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good deal.
Well, number 10 has the other one though. Okay,
2 days.
no, it's not gonna be a 2-day.
So.
Oh, you're right. It's more like a 3-day.
What's the ratio of a 45, 45, 90?
1 plus square root 2.
Is this 13?
Dab.
No, this is number 9.
This is number 8?
I've repented and we're doing 9.
We're doing 9.
I forgive you.
Okay. It says the legs of an isosceles triangle are 1. Find the length of the hypotenuse. Whoops, I did that wrong.
What?
Okay, the legs
You're right, we shouldn't do this, bro.
Yeah.
of an isosceles. Did it say isosceles right triangle?
No, just, oh wait, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, whoops, okay. So if you did 1 squared plus 1 squared,
You get 2.
you get 2. Square root of 2 is the, okay, that's the thing. Square root of 2 is the
Alright, game over.
A.
That's it, right?
No.
What?
B.
What?
There's always a B.
Use part A. Use part A to find the exact value of each of the following. What is tangent of 45? It's basically like what we we're just doing. This is A, square root of 2, the hypotenuse. Okay, B is what is tangent of 45?
1 over square root 2. 1 over 1.
Opposite
Yeah, whenever one.
over adjacent. 1. C, or wait, is there more than one?
There is.
There's like parts of B.
Part B,
Oh my god.
3 parts on
B1,
B.
B2,
Yeah.
B3.
Okay, whoops, okay.
I love those.
Yeah.
Label that.
Okay, what is sine of 45? Sine is
1
opposite
over square root 2, so square root 2 over 2.
over hypotenuse. Square root of 2 over 2, or 2 over, sorry, 1 over square root of 2, yeah. If you plug that in the calculator, square root of 2 over 2. You're not supposed to leave that,
You can't have irrational
you're not supposed to leave the square root in the denominator.
Can't leave rational numbers alone. They'll do
Okay.
something stupid.
C is cosine of 45. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So that would also be 1 over square root of 2. So it's square root of 2 over 2.
That wasn't even bad.
Sine is opposite over hypotenuse.
Josh, when are you done with this one?
Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Same thing on this one.
Okay.
Why do we have to try and do that?
Okay, on C, convert to decimal form. Compare these with.
That was.
1 point.
Oh my
Oh
god.
wait, that was.
Convert one.
Okay, I'm kind of confused. Why are they? What?
Why are we comparing?
Oh, you know it's bad when you get confused.
I'm not sure what
Is it
they're.
trying to tell us to do them without the calculator and
I
compare
mean, to
them?
do it with the calculator, but like, we how to find the relationship or something.
What?
Right.
So we're supposed to, they wanted us to turn B into decimals. We're supposed to turn that into decimals and then
And then.
What?
compare that with the calculator answers. And just see that they're the same. Okay, we're skipping C.
Yay!
Why?
Small victories, because,
Wait, that's just the same thing.
yeah, I'm not quite sure what they're trying to get out
Can we
there.
not do 10?
Number 10. Okay,
13. Oh.
You said to apply us.
I'm gonna help you start. I'm gonna help you start 10. Okay, it says a 30, 60, 90 triangle is 2 units long. The hypotenuse is.
Just torturing us with the numbers.
Oh, I know, this is,
I'm already worried about it.
1,
1.
2, no, square
This
root.
was a 2.
So
No,
square
square
root
root 3. Right here.
Okay. So the answer to A,
Is 1 square root.
is 1 and square root of 3. And then on the B, you gotta basically do the same thing with find sine of 30, sine of 60,
You should
tangent.
leave this up here real quick.
Okay. You guys want me to pause for a minute?
Yeah, pause for like 3 seconds.
And we're not doing C because the same reason we didn't do 9C.
No, we are supposed to be doing
I said I'll wait a minute. There might not be enough time, but. Somebody's having fun.
We're having fun.
No fun in school.
Only fire drills.
And shoot. When you guys get on 11,
We're not doing 11.
or not?
We're doing 10.
I wasn't gonna do 10, but then I decided we probably need to. But we are gonna do 13 and 14 as originally scheduled.
Okay, I guess that
Oh
was.
my gosh.
I approve. Mr.
Okay. 13.
Oh, I love these ones.
Says an airplane. I get to show off my drawing skills.
Wait, are we not doing 10?
No.
Like answering?
Do we not do
Oh,
one?
Hey, you
well,
got balloons out there.
You guys,
They had like a bunch of green, yellow.
somebody got Matthew some flowers.
I doubt it.
Aw.
You like that?
I doubt it.
John Deere themed birthday party.
Is this a really John Deere balloons?
Yeah, it was like green and yellow.
Congratulations,
It was like
Matthew.
a John Deere party out there.
What's the name, Mr. Jordan?
You know it'd be better than John Deere? My Little Pony.
Yo.
Oh, you know it.
Okay, an airplane is at an elevation of 35,000 feet. They kind of drew the picture for us. Stole my thunder. When it begins its approach to an airport, its angle of descent is 6 degrees. What the heck is an angle of descent?
That means.
That means if you're looking down, this would be 0 degrees.
That means
So basically they're looking down at 6
it means
degrees.
it's an 84 degree.
0 straight ahead. So, yeah, let's draw the picture. This would be like a 0 degree. How tall was it? High, 35,000.
This is the one.
So, they're looking down at a 6 degree angle. If this is 6 degrees looking down, what's this gonna be right here?
84.
84. You guys know how we got that?
Yeah, 90.
'Cause this makes a 90 together.
He hacked the system.
Or I guess if this is 6 degrees,
Got it, Josh.
this would also be 6 degrees. You guys know how to do that?
Yeah, but I forgot what
It's like called alternate
Oh, it's opposite interior.
interior angles.
Yeah.
But that always works. If you have to look 6 degrees down at the ground, the guy at the ground has to look 6 degrees up. So anyway,
Wow.
let's see. What are they asking now?
The distance between the airport and the point on the ground directly below there.
Okay, so the ground distance between the, where the plane is. This is the plane.
Beautiful.
Four equals
You're only
from the airport to the ground distance of B1.
Okay.
So relative to the 6-degree angle, or we could use 84, doesn't matter. Relative to the 6, we got the opposite and the adjacent. So which trig function is that? Tangent. So tangent of 6 should equal the opposite over the adjacent. Since x is in the denominator, we can switch those two guys. So x equals 35,000 divided by tangent of 6.
I got the answer.
What is the answer? What?
333,002 feet.
They just wrote 333,000.
But it's 333,002 feet. That's very important. That's 2 more feet.
I have 2 feet.
Yeah, I'm writing 2 feet.
Yeah.
Get it wrong. Just
No.
mark it off right now.
Wait, I
It's actually 2 feet and then
Why did we not use 84 degrees?
0.76.
We could have.
You didn't.
This was right by my head, so I used that.
If that were a test, you would have gotten the answer wrong because you didn't label
I didn't
that
get that
as
answer.
feet.
Oh,
my,
wasn't there-
if it was my test, I would have got it right.
I did tan of 84 is 35,000 over S.
Should have got the same answer.
I got
Oh, well, you did.
3,670.
You did a tangent is opposite over adjacent, so you should have put that on top. There, it says feet. Okay, I'm done chatting.
You're not gonna finish it with us?
I did finish.
What about
There's
B?
another B.
Oh, forgot. Okay, sorry.
Yes, sir.
They're making my boat.
Okay, what is the approximate air distance between the plane and the airport? So, what do they mean by the air distance? They mean, I'll call it y, the hypotenuse.
That's a nice plane.
So, relative to the 6 degree, you could use 84 also. This is opposite and hypotenuse, sine. Sine of 6 degrees equals opposite over hypotenuse. Probably would have been easier to use 84 actually.
Wait, are we not done?
No, there's a second question. What's the air distance between the plane and the airport? So these two switch. Y equals 35,000 divided by sine of 6.
Did you get 334,837 feet?
They put
The
335,000.
B is the reference.
No! It's very
I'm
wrong.
doing the
It does
box
take
from my
approximate.
pipe that I got.